That was a bit of a rough one, but it was fun. It was fun in its in its own way. Like I had that good fun chase, and how would it have gone if Cheryl had another hook to give instead of like just like struggling on hook?
Wait, oh no, it would
What
have
could
been
have?
much different had that person played. Like much different. But she decided not to play because the blight is a strong character, I guess, and she would just rather. I don't know. But it is what it is, and we're gonna finish the night in the 40th percentile.
Yeah. Well, so like that's the problem though, because the game is already trying, right? And then the survivors have like one, like, I don't like this killer, I kill myself. You
Yeah,
know, uh, and the game doesn't, like, Dead by Daylight. The devs, they don't count those games. Well, actually, they would count that one because she killed herself. She didn't DC.
yeah, yeah, but they still make it so even on the DCs, and I'm still so frustrated by that. They still make us play through those games. If the killer doesn't DC and the survivor DCs, they still make you play for those games through those games. They still allow the killer to flex all over you and go, look, I've destroyed you. Now there's 3 of you left and 5 gens to do. Minute into the game.
Yeah. And they're like, why are they bringing all the sweaty builds? I'm like, well, it's like the way I win. Like I don't run this build because it's my favorite build. I run this, and you've seen me try it. You've seen me on different videos. Oh, I'll try this. I'll try this. Nope. This gets me escapes, and everything else might give me a laugh, but that's it.
Yeah. We're not content creators, so you know we're not like it's not laughs just to get on this game and put on a meme build. And oh look, I locker stunned him, and that's only funny for a little while.
Yeah,
Um,
it's good for like 2 or 3 games.
yeah, but
But then,
ultimately, you play any game because you want to win. I imagine if you're a content creator, then you're just playing this game because you have a fan base that wants to watch you play this game, and you don't care whether you win or lose. It's now a job, and you make out these videos about where did all the fun go? Like back in 2016, it was fun, people just on and being chill and things like that, and that's a fallacy too. People were never on being chill. Because even back then, the videos were like, "This game is so survivor-sided," and it kind of was back then. I'll give you that, even for solo queues. But it was never chill. There was always someone out there causing havoc, wanting to win, and Cheeto was hated because he was just in there having fun, tormenting the killer. Well, that's not fun. That he's in there flashlighting and whooping the killer. That's not fun. He should be doing gens and playing the game. And you can't have it both ways. The game is not a fun, chill game to where you can lose and feel happy about that if you're not a content creator. And I'm not. I play this game usually twice a week, and I play to win. Um, so when you don't, it's very taxing. It's very taxing some nights.
yeah, it'll get on your nerves. I'm gonna go to main.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I'm
gravity
just
legs.
gonna
No, we're
wait.
not. We're
I'm just
gonna.
gonna hang out by
Yeah,
this
we're
gen.
gonna.
I'm gonna hide.
Any whatnot? Dude, there were 3 gens right here. We gotta get one of those done.
Yeah, but we gotta wait for these legs to stop.
Yeah,
I hear
yeah,
a
yeah.
heartbeat.
No.
I hear a heartbeat.
All right, I'm.
I'm butt dancing with Panda. Oh, we're all butt dancing together. Yes. Yeah. Let's go here. Go here. Go here. We're all butt dancing here. We're being safe.
Who
I did
is
hear a
that? I
heartbeat.
can't remember. Who is that?
Oh, Wesker, right? What?
Wesker, yeah.
But
Well, I
these
mean-
two are on it. They're like, well, if you're gonna put up spider legs, we're just gonna sit here and butt dance.
Yeah. I guess I can do a totem. Wait, no, that other perk.
Yeah, he keeps coming over here and checking.
Yeah, because this is his 3-gen.
Yeah.
The game's so boring. They're all so immersive.
Oh,
Now that sucks.
Yeah, he just kept checking these gens. We should have left.
You think he has whispers?
He probably checked. I mean, he's so fast. He probably checked the other gens, saw nothing there, and says, "I'm gonna go check."
Main's open. I'm on it.
This one's still not open.
No. Main was just one of the ones. Wow, what happened there?
Well, she was out of pallet, so I was trying to do pallet stuff.
Ah.
So he chased me off. Alright.
So main's 50. Main's 50.
Yeah, but what? Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
My little red toy.
He has Tinker for the record.
Oh.
He has Tinker. Oh, he. Okay. I ran away from all of it.
She's working on that gen. I'm gonna work on this gen here.
Oh, he got me.
Hard performance indeed.
It's pretty hard to. There are 2 gens tinkered right now. Main building's got to get done.
Is he leaving you down?
I think he's on her. Yeah, he's definitely on her.
Okay. I have made a mistake here.
We can finish this gen. You can finish.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. What did he think he was gonna gain there?
Quick down. You know you felt that greed before. You know oh, I got
Yeah.
him, and now I can just get this guy down. Now I have 2 downs, and I can kill these generators. I don't know that I get this one done.
There's no scourge, I'll tell you that.
You got it done.
Is he on you?
No. Yes. Yeah, Tinkerer. I forgot about Tinkerer. So someone's got to get that saved.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Alright. Save came a little bit too late, because he's right on them.
All I could do is get it when it was there.
I got you. I mean, I was originally going for the save. I just didn't know he was actually on me, so made a mistake. Heartbeat came back to me. Maybe? No. Yes. No, I don't know. Oh, no.
I never even saw him. Man, he's hard to track, this guy. Does he have monitor? That would explain a lot.
Oh, probably. Probably monitor.
And these
probably
guys,
Tinkerer.
none of them are in any way interested in getting you
Yeah,
up
I'm
there.
gonna go on the second stage here. I might just straight up die on Hook, actually.
Oh, they're going for you.
So he got pulled out of the locker. I'm gonna go into struggle. Thanks, man. Good play. Good play.
I will say this. I think he has monitor. It is so very hard to figure out where he is. And now he's got 2 people to camp out with 2 gens left.
You disappoint
wow.
me. Is that the best you've got?
GG's.
Oh, wow, that worked. So I'm pretty sure she's reassured, right?
On that one. Next boxer.
All right, guy. Are you seriously trying to get heals from me? No. Definitely monitor. That's why it was so darn hard to figure out what she was doing. Definitely monitor.
33. Off to your left, lady. You lost track of them, didn't you? Even though you have fog wise. Oh, she's going down. She's dead.
She's just right on me. I don't know how he knew that. I have no idea. No idea how he knew to go there. And then Tinker went off, so what does that matter, right?
Stunned him and then flashlight.
I don't know, man.
She's going down for the count. Yep.
He knew where I was somehow.
Knows where you are again.
Knows right where I am. Knows right where I am. Well, there it is. Well, I've had plenty of really good games against Wesker. I was due this one. Yeah, I don't know. So these last two games are exemplary. Dead by Daylight had nothing to do with why we lost these two games. Dead by Daylight had nothing to do with survivors like, I'm not picking you up. handing the killer two free hook states.
No abrupt intervention. So he didn't have
what was going on with his terror radius? I got Tinker, I get it. But why was it...
I don't know. Tinker's the only thing there, though.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, he was... but you're gonna win when your teammates let you die. Like... That's the way it goes. So, let's see here. But, like, so... I'm not mad at Dead by Daylight for this evening. I mean, okay, why are we playing a 92? Who was it, a blight or whatnot? Like, okay, that's a legit question. Yeah. But these two games that we played and we lost. The reason we lost, like, one, we didn't play. We you know, if I don't run them for 5 gens, I didn't play well enough. I get it. But when your teammate, one game, she struggles on hook, and that's a completely different game if she has one more hook and isn't, like, trying to die in that game. Like, literally trying to get murdered.
Yeah.
The team went 7-6, you went 5-8, and I went 6-9. So, 6 divided by 15, 40%. 5 divided by 13? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 38%. And the team had a winning night. But neither of us had... We both had losing nights. But it's hard enough to beat the killers because the killers aren't, like, jokes. They're not They're not, like, horrible, terrible guys. And then the survivors basically help the killers.
Yeah.
You know, because... And part of it, like, I want to be understanding to them. Like, you know you're playing a Wesker, and I gotta be honest, I had no idea where he was, ever. I never had any map awareness on him. So, you know, I could have played better. And I get that.
Yeah, I guess there was only, like, one play where I could have played better, because I was always going to come get you off the hook, or try to get you off the hook, because apparently no one else was. So I didn't want you to... I guess if I wanted to just let you go into second health state, my game would have lasted longer.
Yeah, you'd have lived longer, but that's... So those guys, they live longer, but, you know, if your objective is to win, and my urging for solo queue people, or people playing, like, 2v1 or something like that, if the Wesker's camping, that's a very different matter. I freely admit it. If someone's camping, the right thing to do is do the gens and get out. Like when we played that Trapper and Dusty Dog, or Dusty Noose, we absolutely should have left that guy, that ace, done the gens and got out. And we're laughing our way out the gate, and we're saying sorry to the guy. It's hard to do, and I can respect that. But that is actually better than the guy's not camping. You're very clearly in a chase with someone else. He's literally hooking someone else, and you're still not getting your teammate off the hook. You have to be willing to risk being the one who died in order to ensure that anyone has a chance of getting out.
But there wasn't
You
even
have
an
to-
inherent risk in that. Like, they were being chased, and I was on the hook. Like,
Yeah, no, what?
there is no inherent risk in just running to me, getting me off the hook.
Yeah, but
And
I'm like, because it could have been someone like my middle son, or someone new to the game, or a lot of things where I'm going to like, you hear that heartbeat, or you hear that heartbeat for like a millisecond, and you don't know where he is. We've seen it even with our team, even when we have all four. There's like, no, I heard his heartbeat, so I'm gonna crouch here and do nothing. And we can be like, look at my footage. Look, here is the footage of me in chase. No, I heard the heartbeat. I'm terrified. Maybe you do, but either get on a gen or go get the person off the hook. What you can't do is crouch in a corner.
yeah,
You know, and look, I in this game, I want to make sure that I stated there were points when I was like, I hear a heartbeat and no one's in chase. I don't know where he is. And then I turn around and he just comes around a corner and gets me. So I get it. I understand. But 4 people die every time that happens. And if you're playing this game, the question you posed is, how do we increase our win rate? And Dead by Daylight has nothing to do with survivors who won't play the game because they're afraid. And the only way to increase your escape rate, and that's why I got to urge people who may watch this, you got to be on a gen or in a chase or getting an unhook. And if you're not doing one of those 3 things, no one lives. Everybody, life miserable for everyone. Everyone's getting there. That trapper game, that trapper game could have easily been a 4 kill, but it wasn't, because we were all like, there was one point in time you were healing. I'm like, cool, but I need to progress the game. I was on a gen. You healed up. You went and got the unhook. It all worked out because the game was being progressed, and the killer can't win if everybody's playing. But if you're one of 4 and you're not progressing the game in some way, you're helping the killer and you're going to die. You're going to lose. You have to be willing to put yourself in danger. You don't need to be moronic about it. You don't need to like, hey, I'm going to be on this gen when he's right here. But even then, if you go back and you watch the game we got out against the Spirit, I was on a gen right next to the chase.
yeah,
And that might not have been the smartest play, but I knew that Spirit was totally zoned in on that chase, and there were other people getting it progressed. Every game we lost because there was a point in the game where 0 people were on gens, and 0 people were getting unhooks. Healing has a time and a place, but what you can't do is crouch in a corner when there's gen getting. What you also can't do is be like, hey, I'm doing what you said, Stick MC, I'm doing this gen. Well, there were 2 people on hooks. You should probably go get one of them. You know, again,
yeah.
you gotta risk it, because he's not camping both, especially when one's on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. Wesker can be really tough, and whatever that guy was doing, there was something that made it very hard for me to locate where he was and have good situational awareness. And that's good play to him. GG to him. Congrats on that. But when I lose a game and everyone's doing their best, that's one thing. But when someone goes 2 hook states in and no one has made an effort to get that guy off the hook, if she goes across the map and gets that unhook done, I'd probably go in the second stage because the chaser's right next to me. But, like, something else happens. But the only other way for us to increase our escape rate is if we get to a point where we can loop a guy for 5 gens. Or, so that, like, and I'll keep practicing. I'll keep working on it. Or, Survivor C games, because I did the same thing. I'm like, well, what makes Aughts mad and True mad and Spooky Loops, like, what are they thinking about? And it's all gen efficiency. Aaron did a video tonight where they trying to break the record for 4-man streak, 4-man escapes, and they were like gens, do gens, do good and chase, do gens, do good and chase. Now I can't run like Aaron, and that's the thing, but it tells you how the game is won. It tells you how to improve your win rate. And if you're one of those people and you hear the terror radius, you're like, no, I'm going to hide. Hey, man, if he's not chasing you, he's not chasing you. Be on a gen. And if he's not chasing you and there's someone on a hook, then go get that guy off the hook or be in chase. Again, if he's patrolling or tunneling, you go, you check. If the killer's there, you know, it really stinks. The guy's camping and patrolling, so go do a gen. But that wasn't the case in this particular game.
Yeah.
And so that's set. So like we were in the 40% rate, but I can't blame Dead by Daylight and the devs entirely. Look, I don't think I should be. If the game really thinks I'm worthy to play a rank 92 anything, I would like them to see my death rate. You know, I'd be like,
well,
I die plenty.
They would look at it though, and they'd say, yeah, you deserve to play that because you're.
That's true, because I'm at 40%.
Yeah, you're right where we want you to be.
No, that's actually correct.
You get
again,
to play against anything. Like, we don't think that's right because we're like, we didn't stand a chance. But the game goes, no, you absolutely, you deserve to play against that killer and get your ass handed to you like that.
You get out 4 out of 10 times.
Because you still get out enough to put you in there. And, you know, like, I don't even know, like, how much we would have to lose. Obviously, we are just average good enough to stay in that 40th percentile. Like, we haven't, you know, I have bad nights. I'm like, oh, I must have dropped into, like, the 30th percentile. And you're like, no, you're, like, 43 now. And then before I know, oh, you're back to 45%. I'm like, man, it just feels like we lose all the time. And
it's because they come in big swaths. Like we'll lose 3 in a row and win 2, and lose 3 in a row and win 3. You know, like we had a 3-game win streak going, but it came in between a 3-game losing streak and a 4-game losing streak, and then we lost 2 in a row. So when we lost. So a 3-game losing streak, and then 2 and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. So it makes it worse because our wins are little bursts in swaths of agony. Like it's oh hey, you lost 9 games. Like we'll have like a big winning streak, like 6, 7, 8. Heck, my record is 11, yours is 13. Although that was before the end game collapse. But we'll have 5, 6, 7 wins in a row, and then we'll have weekends like this weekend or last weekend when, you know, I'm still like 20 something games in the hole starting from last weekend. But then you'll have that one really, really good night. So yeah, our records fall where the game wants, but it does it in like this, instead of like win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. It's like 4-game losing streak, 2-game winning streak, 3-game losing streak, 1 game, 4-game losing streak, 2-game winning streak. So we finish, like even me, like I finished 6 and 9. I started 0 and 6 on the weekend, 0 and 2 on the night. So it feels like we're always losing because the wins are sparsed out instead of like real balance where I win, I lose, I win, I win, I lose, I lose, I lose, I win, I win, I lose, I win, I win, I win, I lose, I lose, I lose. Like it's not like it's a bunch of wins spread out against even more losses.
Yeah.
That I can part of it though, I can blame the devs, but I have a loss. I remember we should not have lost to that trapper. I went down to get that guy out of the basement. We shouldn't have done it. I remember there was another game where I was at the exit gate and I went back in to save a person. And that's the worst part about Dead by Daylight. The worst thing about Dead by Daylight is it punishes altruism. Altruism is a killer perk.
Yeah.
And so you have to decide, am I going to try to play nice or am I going to try to get out? So that's why we have games like the one that we just played where the guy's like, well, I know you're on the hook, but if I get this gen done, I get out. And you're like, it sucks to be you, but you're the one who got caught. And that's like how it all happens. And while you can be angry that the devs do in fact reward killers when the survivors try to help out their teammate. In fact, this new update, oh, don't worry if there's a survivor nearby. So you're telling me all I got to do is bring agitation, get the hook, and chase a survivor around the hook, and I can camp.
Yeah.
Like because altruism is a help. And like, okay, if they charge the hook, if they do this, like everything, like healing helps the killer because you're not on gens. Anything that gets you off a gen. And that is what I blame the devs for. But if you're a survivor, the math is easy. It's really, really easy. If you really want to escape as often as you can, you should either be on a gen, in a chase, or getting an unhook. And anything you're doing otherwise, you're helping the killer. I promise. I wrote this down. These are my kill rates with no perks and no add-ons. Trapper, 63% kill rate. Wraith, 61% kill rate. Billy, 65% kill rate. Doctor, 60% kill rate. Let's put that in context. The last time DBD released their kill rates in September 2022. I'm going to start at top 5% MMR. My Trapper kill rate is better than... is top 3. I would have tied for number 2 at top MMR. I would have been number 1 in average. That's my kill rate with no perks and no add-ons. 61%, I would have been top 3 for all MMRs, and I would have been top 1, 2, 3, 4 at top 5. At 65%, I would have set a new record for mid MMRs, and I would have been tied for number 1 at top 5% MMR. And at 60%, oh my, 1, 2, 3, 4, I would have been in the top 5 or in the top 1, 2, 3, 4 with no perks and no add-ons. Because the game punishes survivors for doing anything but gens. That's why we bring Gen Rush builds. That's why we Gen Rush, because gens is how you win. And it punishes survivors for not doing gens, and the only reward they get is for doing gens. And when I play killer, anything I can do to get you off gens, and if you're doing gens, I'm not going to win. You're going to be one of the 45 games I lose out of 100. You're going to be one of the 4.5 games I lose out of 10 because you're like, no, gens. So killers bring all the gen delay perks. The only other thing you can do, though, is be like A-Run and loop the killer for 5 gens. But if you can loop the killer the way they do, then it doesn't matter who you're with because they just have to be halfway competent.
Yeah.
But until Dead by Daylight figures out how to reward altruism, how to reward, how to reward chase, how to reward anything but gens, everyone's going to be mad. But I'm not going to pretend they're going to figure that out because this is year 7 and they're still not on the program. So that means I'm going to be on a gen, in a chase, or getting an unhook. And killers can be mad. But you know what? You win 5.6 out of every 10 games, I promise. I guarantee it. Name a streamer, I can go to his. Like, when I'm over at your house on vacation, one of the videos I'd like to make with you is where we watch. We're going to pick like 2 or 3 streamers. And we're like, let's watch let's scrub through some of their games, some of their days, and see what is their record.
Yeah.
Just to prove you're mad at nothing. You're mad at nothing. And I get it. The same reason we feel like, oh, why am I at 45%? I never win. No, you do. But you lose bad, and you lose bad a lot in a row. You can't remember the wins. And I get it. I play both sides. But if you're watching this, first off, thank you. But if you're watching this and you ask the same question AOWF asks, how do I get beyond the 45% escape rate? The answer is pressure the gens. Get the unhooks. If the killer's camping, pressure the gens. Gens, unhooks. Do your best in chase. And if you can make that chase last 41 seconds, you probably have dramatically increased the odds that you get out. Anything longer than 40 seconds, you're like doing better and better and better and better. But I'm telling you, I proved it with the killers. We proved it tonight with survivors. Notice I didn't have a chase where Ben could count out my chase. And we lost. The one time Ben could count was the Wraith game. And after that chase, there were 0 chases and no one was on gens.
Yep.
It's not a complex formula, and until the game changes something, that's the way you win. And that gets you out, 4.5 times out of 10. Or in tonight's case, 6 times out of 15. But keep track here. One of us got out 7 out of 13 times. 7 out of 13 games, one of us lived. Dead by Daylight is not about you as an individual winning. And if you go in there trying to be the one who lives, everybody dies. That's what those 2 people were doing in this game at Wesker. They were like, no, you're dead. I'm trying to get out. Nope. I promise, we're all dead. When me and AOWF play together and we're running around and we're doing these things, notice how we're both willing to die for each other, and we're both making sure that we're progressing the game when the other one's in danger. That means someone on your team is going to live. And if you continue playing to be the one who gets out, you might die last, but you won't win. So even understanding that, neither me nor AOWF had a winning night, but one of us got out more often than not. And that's truly the best you can hope for. But if all 4 survivors are playing that way, you get that game we played against Trapper. Please go back and watch that game tonight where we played Trapper. Everybody was playing, and everybody knew these are the gens that need to get done. We got to get this unhooked. We got to keep this game progressing. And that's how 3 of us get out. So, I mean, take it for what you want. You don't have to believe me, but this is my testimony and this is my evidence. And all I can do is offer my testimony, my evidence, same way Otts does, same way True does, same way Scott does. But you got to look at all the testimony. And so again, when Otts and True and well, Scott doesn't get mad that much, but when they lose, it's because the survivors were fishing on gens. And even then, people like they're still gonna get someone. Watch whatever tournament you want. Although it lately has been hard for me to find any tournaments, but watch whatever tournament you want. How often do all 4 get out? But 3 get out when they're committed to getting those gens done. And I get a lot of my wins because I tonight I played Myers, and I think 3 gens were done before I got someone down, but then I got him down in the basement. And at that point in time, I was ready to mail it in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this 1 kill, and maybe I get another one. Maybe I get a tie out of it. And sure enough, they all swarmed. First off, don't swarm the hook against the Myers. That's not gonna help. But they wouldn't let Michaela die. Michaela still died, and then I got another guy on the hook in the basement. And they weren't efficient on gens. Is it a nice way to play? No, but they could have done the last 2 gens and gotten out before Michaela ever got out. Before Michaela died. And then you're like, oh, sorry. And you say mean things to me like, oh, you can't Michaela out. You're so mean. I'm like, well, that was my 1 kill. Those are the differences. I don't know. Bro, you got any final thoughts?
No. It was, yeah, I guess the only final thought is just getting harder and harder to accept 40% as okay, as an okay night. You know, and there's not enough games like that Trapper game. Most of the games when
Those
we
are
win,
so few and far between.
yeah, it's not because like it's usually like a lot of when we get wins, it's not because we played so well against a really good killer. It really is because we usually get a bad killer, and we just blitz them. But that, you know, maybe the Trapper was bad, but it sure seemed like he had a good plan, and that's like the only memorable game that I'm like, yeah, we played really well in that game. And the rest of the games, I can't remember the other wins because they just didn't feel that impressive. So, but that's you covered a lot of great points. So, I won't ramble on. So, good.
All right, folks. Well, we're gonna call this a night. We'll play more tomorrow because I actually have Monday off. I can't play until like 3 in the morning, or like 5 in the morning tomorrow. But I have Monday off, so we'll play a little bit more. Maybe I don't see us having much more than me and you, because tomorrow's gonna be a super long day. But we'll be back tomorrow for sure. Me and AWF, and you know, we'll do our best. We'll see what we can do. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you around.